Hi guys, it's Aubriana, and today I'm going to be teaching you how I set up my scent samples for cardiac alerts, such as these. First things first, you want to clear the area of anything smelly, perfumes, deodorants, essential oils, anything super smelly, dog treats, anything like that. Look who came to join us. Here I gave Cedar an old scent sample, but she still alerts, which is good, but we still need to make new ones. What I'm doing here is I'm getting rid of my old samples by taking them out of the container and putting them into another plastic bag. When getting rid of your samples, you want to make sure you dispose of them very good, otherwise your dog might get a little confused when she smells it in the trash can or something. Okay, now I have my empty containers and I kept my blank full. It's just cotton balls and cotton pads. I take the old date and timestamp and everything off of the containers so I can write new ones. Then I set the containers aside to get my samples ready. I put gloves on so that way I don't contaminate the samples. Getting all my supplies out, including cotton balls, cotton swabs, plastic bags, tape, Sharpie, my pulse ox, and things like that. Now to get my sample, I have to have a high heart rate. In my case, I just need to stand up. I just stood up and my heart rate's already peaking at 132. About 2 or 3 minutes later, my heart rate's now 145, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my sample. By taking my cotton pad and just wiping down my chest and my neck, I want to make sure to avoid really sweaty places such as armpits, private areas, feet, things like that. So basically I just wipe down my collarbone area and my arm and a little bit of my legs. Today's a very symptomatic day, so I just kept a tab on my heart rate just to make sure things were okay. After standing up for a few more minutes, my heart rate's at 153. Here I had to sit down because I got extremely out of breath and was really dizzy. I'm now going to take my sample and secure it into a Ziploc bag and set it aside so I can tend to it later. Please be aware, Cedar isn't missing any alerts. She is downstairs sleeping, just in case y'all were concerned. Now I'm going to get my second sample ready, basically repeat the exact same steps, except I'm kind of looking for a little bit of a lower heart rate between 125 and 135. While I sit down for a minute because I'm not feeling good, I'm going to go ahead and tend to my first sample. Put it in a Ziploc bag, make sure all the air is out of it. Now get a pen or a Sharpie and some tape and write down the date and the exact heart rate or number of your sample. That'd be heart rate, blood pressure, blood sugar. Make sure you write down the exact number between what it was. So I would put July 22nd, heart rate 131 to 153. I'm gonna put the plastic bag in the container now, and I'm gonna kind of wrap the bag around the container so that way the holes on the lid face straight into the sample. I'm a little tachycardic right now, even just sitting down. Today's not really a good day. So the perfect day to get samples. I ran out of gauze, so I had to grab some more, or cotton pads, or whatever you want to call it. I unfortunately couldn't find my other glove. I swore I had two, so I'm just touching it with the tips of my fingers, and of course I made sure to wash my hands before all this. Alright, now I have to get another sample, and we will pretty much be done. Okay, I got my sample now. As you can tell, I'm like really out of breath. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing, wrap the bag around the sides of the container. And put the lid on. I'm gonna write the date and the numbers and recordings of my heart rate. Just go for heart rate. It can be blood sugar, it can be blood pressure, anything like that. Now I make sure to take all my extra stuff and make sure it doesn't get contaminated. So I want to make sure that the Ziploc bags are sealed and everything like that. Now I'm taking my older samples and making sure that they're airtight and they're concealed. Then I'm taking off my glove and wrapping around them. Oh my gosh, look at all that sweat. Ugh, gross. Now we're taking our samples and we are going to put them in the freezer for a while. Another thing that can be helpful is putting a box of baking soda next to your sample to kind of soak up any unwanted scents or contamination that might happen. As you can tell, there's some meat right there, and I definitely want to remove that, otherwise it could highly contaminate my sample. The butter and the ice packs are perfectly fine, just anything that's super smelly and anything that could like highly contaminate our sample. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.